NK Toko Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Hardin Northern Polar Bears will take on the Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grandlink Health Systems, Speedway Lanes, and NK Toko. Looking live here at the Nest, my name is Brandon Coverman. Glad you could join us here on NK Toko Sports for this Monday night non-conference battle between the Hardin Northern Polar Bears and the Bremen Cardinals. Let's first take a look at the Hardin Northern Polar Bears. Been a bit of a struggle this season for Hardin Northern. They started out losing here their first two games where they notched a win against North Baltimore, lost another 3 games in a row, then defeated Pandora Gilboa. Then went on about a 9-game losing streak before they defeated Crestline Saturday in double overtime. Coming out of the Northwest Conference, they have 3 games to finish against Upper Scioto, Toledo Christian, and Elgin here on the season. So 3-15, 1-5 in the Northwest Central Conference. They're taking on the Bremen Cardinals, who received the 6th seed in the WAPOC sectional. They're 9-10 on the season under third-year head man Andy Timmerman, and they are coming off a loss Saturday against Jackson Center, as they're looking to try to pick things back up here in their second-to-last home game of the season before they take on Parkway and Minster to close out their regular season here tonight. So we're going to kick it down to PA announcer Scott Fry for our introductions and starting lineups, and we'll be back with the keys to the game here next on NK Toko Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Back here on NK Toko Sports as we get back here. As Jeff Keckler, Chris Ewald, Chip Ordine are officials here tonight. Yeah, first let's take a look at Hardin Northern's starting lineups. Number 1, Laney Thomas. Number 12, McKenna Eibling. Number 20, a 5'8" junior, Heidi Traskell. Number 22, a senior, Emma Booz. Running out the lineup, number 25, a junior, Catherine Overs. Head coach of Hardin Northern's Brady Massey is assisted by Emma Martin. And the starting lineup for the Bremen Cardinals. .57 junior, number 2, Marina Nelson. 5'7" junior, number 3, Mia Hirschfeld. 5'9" sophomore, number 20, Mary Rindler. Freshman, number 23, Michaela Fertz. 6-foot senior, number 30, Chloe Homan. The head coach of the Bremen Cardinals in his 3rd season is Andy Timmerman. He's assisted by Emily Mesher and John Storr. Let's take a look at our keys of the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for Hardin Northern. They want to limit the turnovers. They want to be able to rebound and be able to execute and play a complete game. For New Bremen, it's a fast start. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. Want to be able to get off again to a fast start here. They should be the favorite in this game. And they also just need to execute on offense. So thanks to Keyhole Pizza for our keys to the game. And if it's not Chunky Bob's Pizza, it's not pizza, located in State Route 66 in Newport, Ohio, as New Bremen wins the tip. Nelson goes to the right side, over to Hirschfeld, and will work quickly to Chloe Homan, and Chloe Homan gets this game off with a bang, as she's done oh so many times. One of the lead candidates for MAC Player of the Year, as New Bremen, as they put all season out in the zone. Left side. Hardin Northern running a weave offense. Lainey Thomas with it. Kick it out over to Booz. Inside, it's picked off and taken away by Chloe Homan. Hirschfeld on the inside, back out Marina Nelson. Back on top of the key to Chloe Homan. Back to Hirschfeld, to Michaela Firks. Firks to Rindler. Back to Homan. To Rindler to Nelson. Around the arc. Firk's going to fire a high arcing three. No polar bear around. That's just an easy putback for Mia Hirschfeld. Almost not one polar bear around. Yeah, that was about the easiest offensive rebound I've ever seen. As Hirschfeld puts that back in. We're about 90 seconds in this contest. It's 4-0 Crimson and Gold. Booz takes the quick three. Her shot off the mark. Homan clears the boards. Homan looking up ahead. Gets it over to Marina Nelson. Back over to Firks. Firks drives on the inside. Bounces off contact. 3 trips and 3 scores for the Cardinals by 3 different players. Firks with her patented downhill attack. Booz with it. Corner. Look around. Shot altered and blocked by Homan. The shot there from Trashel. Working ahead, and Michaela Firks will head to the line as Trashel fouls. And Michaela Firks will head to the line. First shot off the mark there for Michaela. And Firks goes empty from the line. First empty possession for the Cardinals here tonight. Cardinals trying to get a turnover here. And we got a travel called late there on Hardin Northern. Well, 2-2-1 trap here put on. Up ahead, it's Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld to a cutting Homan. Homan shot, no good. Rindler trying to get the weak side rebound. He's out Nelson, but it's picked off. And up ahead with it is Lainey Thomas. Thomas up ahead the other way, cannot convert the layup. New Bremen looking out to run. Here comes Homan. Homan to the right side to Firks. Firks looking to attack downhill. Slithers through the defense, but can't finish. Ahead Booz thought about a 3 in transition. Hardin Northern nearly turns it over, able to track it down. Booz shots blocked by Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld up ahead to Nelson, pushes the break up to Firks. Firks foul late. And Michaela Firks will head back to the line, where she just missed 2 free throws. Booz with that foul. Only 8 Hardin Northern Polar Bears on this roster. As Ferks cans the first one, Abby Burden in the lineup. And also in another freshman, Hallie Koenig. Come in for Mia Hirschfeld. And Ferks hits both those free throws. Should empty a second ago, but goes 2 for 2 there quickly. It's 8-0. Cardinals ahead of Hardin Northern here on NK Telco Sports. Shot up off the mark. Time going to keep it with Hardin Northern. Get it into Booz. Her three off the mark. Koenig will get the rebound. Koenig looks like she's getting the full-time varsity nod. Did not play the JV game. Burden to Koenig to Nelson, who's going to fire a high arcing three. So good. Koenig with the rebound on the inside. Her shot's no good. Racing down with the rebound is Lainey Thomas. Thomas in transition. Her shot's up and in. Count it and one. For Lainey Thomas. Lainey Thomas completes the three-point play. Nice press breaker by New Bremen. Can they finish at the rack, though? They can't do it. But Koenig goes up, and Koenig will go to the line. And foul going to go against Lainey Thomas. Koenig makes the first free throw. Herschel will come back in, and so will Chloe Homan. Mary Rindler and Marina Nelson will come out. And Koenig with the two made free throws. The 5'10 freshman lead out to 7 now. Three-pointer from the corner is no good. Ball up over to Ferks. Misses. Homan with the rebound. Back to Ferks. Ferks looks to attack downhill. And her shot rattles around and in. Michaela Ferks with 6 points now. She's just unafraid to attack, unafraid to shoot. Doesn't shoot too much, but did not get upset after the miss. It gets a good downhill attack off a second chance opportunity. In the lead now, 12-3. New Bremen on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Hardin Northern on the inside. Good look at the basket on the uncontested layup, but on the contested layup, it's no good. Tipped out and stay with the Polar Bears as Marina Nelson checks back in for New Bremen. Ferks checks out. She has 6 in the first quarter. Hardin struggling to get it in. It's a 5-second count. And a substitution for Hardin Northern. Took in number 5. Jenna Lay. Hardin Northern back with the full court pressure. Burden with it to Nelson to Koenig. Back to Homan. Homan now looking to push the break and transition. Her shot is up and in. Chloe Homan, like I've advocated for a lot of times, MAC Player of the Year if I had to have a vote. And she's up to 4 now. The Bremen lead at 14-3 in the first quarter. Nelson trying to get it up to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld will get it back to Abby Burden. Back to Marina Nelson. Back to Burden in the corner to Hirschfeld. They flip it on the inside to Homan. Homan goes up. Nice post move by Chloe Homan. Chloe Homan now with 6, tying Ferks for games high honors and a 13-point lead for New Bremen on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And there's a steal by Abby Burden. Burden up ahead to Marina Nelson. Nelson fouled going up, and Marina Nelson will get a shoot 2 as Ferks, or Rindler, excuse me, will come back in after this free throw. Homan checks out. Nelson goes 2 for 2. And we got a timeout by Coach Mass. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll step aside. Our score, New Bremen 18, Hardin Northern 3 here in NK Toka Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Back here on NK Toka Sports, as it's 18-3, our score out the Precision Strip timeout. Here, the Cardinals lead the Hardin Northern Polar Bears. It's been all Cardinals this quarter, and it's going to be a turnover on Hardin Northern. Coach of Hardin Northern is Brady Mass, who is also their athletic director. Burden to Nelson. Nelson the right side to Hirschfeld. Stay here with New Bremen. Send back court to Nelson. Back to Burden to Nelson. Right side Hirschfeld. Round Nelson high arcing 3. And it's going to stay with the Crimson and Gold. And a substitution for Hardin Northern, number 4, Marion Woodruff. 5'10" sophomore. Only 2 seniors on this roster, only 1 junior. Shot no good by Koenig on the inside. Off balance shot by Rindler is no good. It's going to go down to Jordan Legay. Hardin Northern going to kick a 3. Shot no good. Nelson with it. Cardinals looking to run the break. Hirschfeld out ahead of the pack. Hirschfeld stops on the inside, throws up a shot and in. Mia Hirschfeld now with 4 points. And the Cardinal lead up to 20-3. Another turnover here. Coach Timmerman wants to run something here at the end of the quarter. Hirschfeld. Nelson, they try to run a flare screen. They get it to Koenig. Koenig at the horn. Shot no good. Played 1 quarter of basketball. Our score, New Bremen 20, Hardin Northern 3. We'll be back here after word from our sponsor, NK Toka Sports. Back here on NK Telco Sports as we begin the second quarter of play as Guns N' Roses welcomes us into that second quarter of play. And all New Bremen that quarter, 20-3 advantage for the Crimson and Gold that quarter. 6 points from Michaela Firks and Chloe Homan, 4 from Mia Hirschfeld, 2 from Marina Nelson, and 2 from Hallie Koenig there, as really you see New Bremen start out with the first 8 points, and they go on an 11-0 run to end the quarter and are doing a real good job here against Hardin Northern, trying to work around the zone as New Bremen's trying to get back to 500 on the season. Firks on the inside, her shot's no good, and a jump ball. Arrow favors the Hardin Northern Polar Bears. Ball stolen by Mia Hirschfeld. Up ahead to Marina Nelson. Nelson up ahead. Her layup is good. Nelson adds to the lead. It's a 19-point lead now for the New Bremen Cardinals. Ball flipped to the corner. There's a three-pointer. It's off the mark. Racing for a shot. It's no good. Homan tracks down the rebound. Over to Firk. She's going to fire a three. Too much on it, but Rindler's going to track down the board. Back over to Hirschfeld. Nelson to the left side in Firks. Into the middle of the zone. Rindler too hard off the glass. Turnover there by the Polar Bears gives it back to New Bremen, who earned the 6th seed in the Wapak sectional. They will face Spencerville in the first round. And it's jump ball. It'll stay with New Bremen. First round game, I believe, on February 21st. They'll have to go to Spencerville for that game. It's the higher seed that's going to host the first 2 games. And new move by the Northwest District Athletic Board until you get to the district tournament. So Nelson with the 3. Her shot off the mark. Well, back to Nelson, and it's going to save and over and back. Ball on the floor. It's going to go to Hardin Northern. They're going to try to work it up ahead. Shot no good. Rebound down to Firks. Firks just attacking downhill, and she's fouled. Michaela Firks out of the line for 2. Host of substitutions. Number 20, Heidi Trashel. Number 22, Emma Booth. And number 25, Catherine Overs, back in the lineup. Firks hits the shot. Koenig back in for New Bremen. Tipped out. Stay here with Hardin Northern. Nearly stolen by Rindler, but tipped out. 5:16 to go in the first half. It's 23-3 here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Booz in the corner. She's going to fire a 3. No good. Rebound down. Nelson with it. Nelson to the left side. Nelson looking to cut in the lane. Her shot's good. Marina Nelson with a nice move to the basket. This little coast-to-coast move, as our public address announcer friend Scott Fry said. And 25-3 now. Cardinals flexing their muscle. Booz with it. Pass on the inside, picked off. And a 5-0 advantage for the Cardinals this quarter. As there's a layup there. Good by Ferks. And rolling up there lame a little bit is Catherine Overs. Hopefully she's all right. Ball being worked around the perimeter. There's a kick out front. Hardin Northern working it around. Booz with it. Kick it around. Shot. Off the mark, dances out. Hardin Northern's gone about a quarter without a field goal. Burden with it to Allie Bornhorst, who's in the lineup playing that JV game as the JV Cardinals took on the Russia Raiders. The Raiders won that game due to Hardin Northern not having a JV team. Koenig's shot's no good. Not quite saved in bounds there. Cross-court pass. Hardin Northern works it around to Overs. Continue to work it around. Three-pointer left wing off the mark there by McKenna Eibling. Burden back to Nelson. Nelson going to fire a three off the mark. Rebound down to the Polar Bears. And we got a timeout by Coach Mast here. All timeouts brought to you by our sponsors at Precision Strip. We'd like to thank our sponsors here on NK Telco Sports, because without them we would not be able to bring you girls high school basketball coverage. They are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwieterman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Koki Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Key to the Game, Keyhole Pizza, timeout sponsor Precision Strip. Player of the game is brought to you by NK Telco. Mid and post-game stats are powered by Grand Lake Health Systems, and our live view sponsor, which you can see on your screen and is right here in New Bremen, is Speedway Lanes. As we begin the last minute 50 before halftime, out the Precision Strip timeout, the Polar Bears with the basketball. Ball kicked in the corner. It's tipped out. Trying to track it down. Koenig trying to get it right back. Koenig saves it in. Nice play by Callie Koenig. Nice hustle track down. Yeah. Bremen likes that inbound play where they try to get it to Homan. And Hardin Northern actually going to force a turnover out of it. Nice play by the Polar Bears. Been a little stagnant quarter of offense for New Bremen. Only been able to manage 7 points, but on the defensive end, they've been able to shut out Hardin Northern, pitch a shutout here so far in the second quarter. Ball stolen by Hirschfeld. Back to Ferks. Over to Bornhorst. Over to Hirschfeld on the inside. Koenig turns around. Over to Homan. And then back out to Hirschfeld. Over Koenig to Homan. Homan goes up and Homan scores. Chloe Homan now with 8. And the Cardinal lead up to 26. Substitution in the lineup for Hardin Northern. Number 5, Jenna Legg. Northern trying to work the basketball around. They go to the left side. Ball stolen. Michaela Ferks. Ferks trying to work up ahead. Down against the pack. Her shot's no good. Rebound down to Homan, though, on the cleanup. And Chloe Homan now in double figures. She leads all scores with 10. Ball stolen by Hirschfeld. And they got to get a shot off now, and I don't think she got it off in time anyway, and she didn't. It's a 31-3 lead at halftime for New Bremen over Hardin Northern. We'll step aside, come back with our first half stats and recap here in the second half of action. Here next on NK Tolko Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here on NK Tolko Sports, out the halftime break. The Cardinals all over the Hardin Northern Polar Bears in lead by a score of 31-3. Let's take a look at our first half numbers, brought to you by our fine sponsors at Grand Lake Health Systems. First, taking a look for the Hardin Northern Polar Bears, they got 3 points from Lady Thomas. For New Bremen, they were led in double figures by Chloe Homan. They got 9 from Kayla Fertz, 6 from Marina Nelson, 4 from Mia Hirschfeld, and 2 from Hallie Kenning. Fourth quarter play, our score was 20-3. New Bremen, as it stands right now, 31-3. The Cardinals ahead of Hardin Northern, and the Cardinals are going to start the second half with the ball. As again, they're on their way to get to the 500 mark here with a win over Hardin Northern here tonight. Cardinals will be back in action Thursday. Then we'll be traveling to Parkway, who's still in contention for the league title before they end with arch rival and backyard neighbor Minster here next Thursday to close out the regular season before they get into tournament play against Spencerville, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, again sometime here in the second half. We're underway here. Nelson with the basketball. Nelson to the left side to Ferks. Hirschfeld to Nelson to Homan. Back over to Ferks. She's wide open. She takes the jump shot. Michaela Ferks connects. Michaela Ferks joins Chloe Homan in double figures. The lead out to 30. And it's a turnover on Hardin Northern. Ball to Rindler. Rindler on the elbow to Nelson. Thought about a three. The right side to Hirschfeld. On the inside to Homan. Homan seals off her defender. Shot no good. On the inside, good defense by Hardin Northern there in Heidi Trashel. Shot thrown up in the lane. It's no good. And we got a foul. It's Hardin Northern. Ball tip, Nelson with it, back to Chloe Homan. Homan drives on the inside. Homan shot, dances out. Rindler with the rebound. Rindler goes up, her shot's no good. Rebound down to Booz. Ball over to Booz. Northern trying to work it around. Take down and it'll stay with the Polar Bears. As Abby Burden will come in next. Dead ball for New Bremen. My name's Brandon Coburn. Glad you can join us here on NK Telco Sports with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. Ball is stolen by Homan. Homan looking to work it up ahead. Homan being harassed, and she's going to turn the ball over. Burden comes back in for the Cardinals, and in for Hardin Northern is Anna-Marie Minter. 5'7" junior. Again, two seniors on this roster, Jenna Gay and McKenna Eibling, and actually Emma Booz. So hopefully Hardin Northern, they don't have any freshmen on this roster. Hopefully some junior high kids. They have an 8th grade coach, so no JV team for Hardin Northern. Burden with it. Burden scoreless in this game. New Bremen, nice pass. Foul line from Homan to Rindler. Rindler lays it in. And Mary Rindler cracks the box score. 5'9" sophomore. We've offense. That ball's stolen. Marina Nelson with it, and Nelson lays it in. Marina Nelson with the basket. It's 37-3. Allie Kennan going to come in next. Dead ball. And it's going to be a foul on Mia Hirschfeld. Too much with the hands there for Mia. Kennan will check in for Chloe Homan. Northern struggling to get it in. Not scored since the first quarter. That's a foul on Rindler. There's a 5-second count on Northern. Can't get the ball in. Caleb Firks in the lineup. Over to Koenig. And it went off Rindler's hands last. Well, that weave action, there's a bucket for Hardin Northern. Lainey Thomas with it. She's got all 5 points for the Hardin Northern Polar Bears as we reach the halfway point in the third quarter. Lane and Nelson. Back to Firks. Firks drives, attacks. First shot off the mark. And Hardin Northern is going to get the rebound. On the edge of a running clock there. Good bucket for Hardin Northern. And there's a foul on Rindler, a block. That's the third team foul on to Bremen this quarter. Hirschfeld comes in for Marina Nelson. Stack formation for Hardin Northern. They work on the inside. Shot no good. Firks brings it up. Firks over to Burden. We're going to be patient here. Koenig over to Rindler underneath the basket. Mary Rindler will go to line for a pair. Rindler goes empty from the line. It's a break for the Cardinals. Jump ball, it's going to get back to Hardin Northern. Inbounded back over to the Polar Bears. Working around Thomas, hands it off up over to Eibling. Hardin Northern attacking downhill. The shot blocked by Firks. It'll stay with Hardin Northern. Substitution comes in. Marianne Woodruff in the lineup. Up for three, it's short. It's going to stay with Hardin Northern. It's interesting, you play on Monday night. You don't play too many varsity games on a Monday night. It's a little hard sometimes to get the energy going on a Monday night. Cardinals have done a nice job and keeping up the energy for the most part of the first half. They stagnated this third quarter, though, a little bit with 6 points. Scored 20 that first quarter, but have not matched that total in the second and third quarter. Ball stolen out front by Rindler. And Burden with it. Works ahead to Firks. Firks going to drive on the inside. Keeps her pivot foot and scores. Michaela Firks with the basket. She's got a baker's dozen. And that ball stolen. Out there's Firks. Firks up ahead, and she finishes, and that'll initiate the running clock. And it's Firks now up with game high 15. Skylar Lochtefeld off the bench. Foul on Rindler. Skylar Lochtefeld back in for the Bremen. Bremen works around. They fire a 3 ball off the glass. No good there from Minter. Trying to run a set here towards the end of the quarter. Hirschfeld back to Burden. Burden fouled out front, and that's just going to end the quarter here. It's 41-5 as we head to the fourth quarter. New Bremen up ahead of Hardin Northern. We'll step aside, come back to the fourth quarter of action here next. You're home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball in K-Toco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Back here on NK Toco Sports as we begin the fourth quarter of action. It is a turnover by the Cardinals. So we have a running clock this fourth quarter as New Bremen hits the 35-point threshold. And it looks like they'll get back to the 500 mark at 10-10 as they will, looks like they will defeat the Polar Bears here tonight. Again, it's their steal by Firks. Firks up ahead. Abby Burden stops in the lane. She misses. Firks trying to go up ahead, and Firks will shoot 2 free throws. There's one more home game here for Minster, and that's next week, Thursday the 15th against Minster. It'll be their senior night. Now for the seniors on this roster, and this is Chloe Homan and Abby Burden, the seniors on this roster. First shot is off the mark, but take a look at the Northwest 6th District here and take a look at the bracket as I'm taking a look at it right in front of me. The number 1 seed is the Minster Wildcats in that regional, or in that district. The number 2 seed goes to the Marion Local Flyers as Firks nails the free throw and June Wilson coming. But take a look at the section there. Minster gets the number 1 seed. They will take on Ridgemont, and the winner of that will take on the New Knoxville Rangers. That is on February 21st at 7 p.m. at Minster High School. And the winner of that will take on, again, the Rangers of New Knoxville. Then you go, Spencerville plays New Bremen. And that game at Spencerville, the winner of that game goes on and faces the Lima Perry Commodores. They'll play at 7 p.m. that Saturday night. So if New Bremen can defeat Spencerville, and have what would be the minor upset, Spencerville being the 5 seed and New Bremen being the 6, they will play Lima Perry. And then if New Bremen's fortunate enough to win both those games, they'd probably face off with the Minster Wildcats up in Wapak. So maybe next Thursday a preview game for a possible district semifinal here. Ball tipped around the inside. Layfeld up, and Andy Layfeld's going to go to the line for 2. On the bottom half of the bracket, we take a look. It's the Marion Local Flyers, the 2 seed. They're going to actually face these Hardin Northern Polar Bears. That's probably one reason why you see the Cardinals pick up Hardin Northern. They had an hour drive here. So the Flyers will take on Hardin Northern at the hangar. Winner of that will get to face Upper Scioto Valley. And on the bottom half of that bracket is Ada and Waynesville Goshen. St. Henry earned the 3 seed, so if Ada or whoever wins Ada, Waynesville Goshen will face St. Henry. So possible look for a Marion St. Henry matchup in the district semifinals. So it'll be very interesting. I mean, I think it could go any way. I mean, the MAC has been a crazy race this year as the 3-pointers off the mark. But really, you could see a lot of these teams winning. You know, Minster the 1 seed, but the 2 seed, Marion. You know, your 3 seed is the St. Henry Redskins, who are young and hungry. New Bremen could have some upsets in them. They're right at the 500 mark. They're not in the MAC race right now, but can certainly make some noise in beating some of these teams that, you know, when you play in the MAC that are ranked in front of you, like Spencerville or Lima Perry, it could be a perfect showcase of how New Bremen's strength of schedule will benefit them in tournament time. They face all this MAC competition. They face all the non-conference opponents they do in the Fort Larmies and the Rushies and all that, and et cetera. The St. Mary's and all those teams they play in their non-conference will benefit them, even though they have a low seeding right now, a lower seeding than maybe what's expected. They face some really good competition, so don't be shocked to see New Bremen make a run through this sectional. I think they will win both games. Looking here against Spencerville and Lima Perry, I think they've got a real good shot of that happening, and meeting up with Minster in potential district semifinals as Layfeld will go back to the line. It's 44-7. New Bremen on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. I think there's a real shot of that. You can't count these Cardinals out. But it should be a very interesting Wapak district, really taking a look at it. Just very interesting to see what happens and who will come out of there. Julia Tanchman and Olivia Whitlatch in the lineup. And number 14, Lexi Wilker. Layfeld goes another perfect 2 for 2 from the line. Lead up to 46-7. Nearly picked off, tracked down by the Polar Bears. And the boys' draw will be this Sunday as well. The boys rounding up. You can actually catch the Bremen boys play Saturday here on NK Telco. They'll be going on the road to the Habitat of the Cat playing Jackson Center. I'll actually be on the call for that game Saturday at the Habitat of the Cat. The ball is stolen. The head shot good and one. Lainey Thomas with the bucket. Thomas has got all 9 points for Hardin Northern. Thomas's shot is up and in. Lainey Thomas doing a nice job here tonight in double figures. Layfeld with it on the inside. Tangeman, her shot off the mark. Rebound down to Hardin Northern. On the inside, blocked there foul on Annie Layfeld as Cardinals are going to move to 10-10 on the season. Ball Thomas going to take the jump shot. Off the mark, and shot no good. Bornhorst with the rebound, and looking up ahead. Whitlatch's shot is blocked. It's a jump ball, and our final is New Bremen 46, Hardin Northern 10. You caught this game here live on NK Toko Sports. We would like to thank our sponsors here on NK Toko Sports, because without them, we would not be able to give you girls high school basketball action here on NK Toko. And we thank those sponsors here. They are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Sly Schwiederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Chiltex LLC, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Buds Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. All timeouts are brought to you by Precision Chip, our player of the game, which I'll bring to you in a second. It's brought to you by NK Toko. Our minute post-game stats are powered by Grand Lake Health Systems. And our New Bremen Live View sponsor, which you can see right on your screen, is brought to you by Speedway Lanes. I'd like to remind you that NK Toko Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of boys high school or girls high school basketball on NK Toko Cable or the NKT.TV app. On Channel 151, February 6th at 6 p.m. and on Channel 3 in high definition on 503. You can catch the replay of this game February 19th at 4 p.m. and February 20th at noon. You can also watch games more live via pay-per-view through nktoko.com/sports. And more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktoko.com/sports. Let's take a look at our numbers brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems here tonight. Our box score, and only one Hardin Northern Polar Bear lady got in the scoring column, but she had all 10 points in Lainey Thomas. On the flip side for the New Bremen Cardinals, they were led by Michaela Firks. Firks had 15. There was 10 from Chloe Homan, 2 from Mary Rindler, 8 from Marina Nelson, 4 from Mia Hirschfeld and Annie Layfeld, and 2 for Hallie Koenig. After the first quarter, a score was 20-3 New Bremen. At half, it was 31-3 Bremen. They led 41-5 at the end of the third, and our final is 46-10. New Bremen defeats Hardin Northern. The Cardinals will advance to 10-10. Hardin Northern will drop on the season to 3-16. And one more, as New Bremen will advance, they'll go on the road to play Parkway on Thursday in a big MAC showdown. Parkway still in contention for that MAC crown, so New Bremen trying to knock them off and keep chaos. New Bremen's not out of the MAC race. They're at 4-3. If they can win these 2 games and get a little bit of help, if they can beat Parkway and Minster, get a little bit of help, there's an outside shot that they can get a share possibly of the MAC title here. If you really take a look at the standings, it's very tight packed. So one more order of business before we leave here tonight. We'd like to name our player of the game, which is brought to you by NK Telco. And our player of the game is going to be Michaela Firks. Firks, the freshman, led with 15 points. She had a very nice night, just continuing the great career that she's going to have here at New Bremen. Michaela Firks able to get a couple steals out in transition and was able to play a really nice game for the Cardinals to pick up their 10th win and get right back to the 500 mark. So that'll do it for us here tonight. I'd like to thank our crew for Austin and Ambergy back in the station. My name's Brandon Coburn. For the final time here from the Nest, New Bremen defeats Hardin Northern 46-10. You've been watching a production of girls high school basketball here on NK Telco Sports.